Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Liz Loves Books. Today I'm going to be bringing you my 6 in 2026 Part 2 New Releases Edition. So, the first book that I would like to read in 2026 that is a new release actually comes out in January, so I have to read it very soon because I have an e-arc for this, is Graceless Heart by Isabella Bañez. This is a standalone historical romantic fantasy set in Renaissance Italy, specifically in Florence, Italy, which is one of my favorite places in the entire world. And when I saw the cover and just the plot, I was like, I need to request this immediately, and I was so grateful to get an e-arc for this. I feel like this might be one of the first books that I read in January in the new year. But the synopsis of this says that the story follows Ravenna Maffei, a sculptress who enters a competition hosted by a secretive, immortal family. She wants to win in order to save her brother, but during her time, Ravenna reveals that she has a hidden magical talent in a city where magic is forbidden. Because of the discovery of this magical talent, Ravenna is kidnapped by the Luni family and taken to Florence, Italy. During this time, she is trapped in a constant war between the Luni family, the Medici family, and the Pope's evil plans. Now, the Pope, obviously, a very powerful figure in Italy, but also the Medici family, and I'm just really excited about this one. And because it's adult, I'm hoping it will solve some of the issues that I had with her YA duology that I read this past year. So I'm really hoping that this one's good. Then another one I put on the list because I know I'm going to read this, so it was a little bit of a cop-out, but that is Through Gates of Garnet and Gold by Shauna Maguire. This is book 11 in the Wayward Children series. This is a kind of young adult, I think it's described as, novella series that is like a portal fantasy. So this one is following our character Nancy, who was an FMC from the first book in the Wayward Children series. But this is during her time in the portal world where she visits, called the Halls of the Dead. And when the Lord and Lady of the Halls of the Dead can't stop the evil that is occurring in this world, Nancy must leave her portal world to venture to Eleanor West's Home for Wayward Children, which is basically Earth in our time, to find her old friends to come back and help her save her portal world that she is now living in. So, I love these novellas. They're just so unique and different. This is another really easy one to put on here, but it is Heartstopper Volume 6 by Alice Oseman. This is the final installment in the Heartstopper series. We got Volume 5 last year, so we've went a year without it, but I'm kind of happy it's been pushed back because it was supposed to release December of this year. But obviously, Alice felt like it needed more time, which I'm totally okay with. This is a contemporary romance LGBTQ plus graphic novel series. Follows our main characters, Charlie and Nick, and their high school romance and just discovering what it means to be themselves. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about this series. Please look it up if you haven't. It is such a cozy and heartwarming series, but it also deals with a lot of more difficult topics as well. And there is also the Netflix TV adaptation that has, I think, 2 seasons, maybe 3. And they weren't renewed to finish off the book series, but they are all currently like filming and wrapping up the movie that they're making, so I'm so excited about it. Then another new release that I am excited for is a new installment in a brand new series by L.C. Silver, and that is Fever Dream. This one's great because it's called the Emerald Lake series. All of her series take place in different provinces in Canada. And it is a contemporary romance. Specifically, she's moving back now to her like contemporary like cowboy romance. So our main character in this is a bull rider, professional bull rider. But the other fun thing for this one is we're gonna get to see some old characters from her fan favorite series, Chestnut Springs. So we're gonna get to be able to see Theo Silva, who is also a professional bull rider, and then Emmett Bush, who is our MMC. He was seen briefly in Chestnut Springs in Theo's book, and then just recently in the 4th book in Elsie's other series, the Rose Hill series. So, a lot of interconnecting parts moving here. But this Fever Dream follows Emmett, a professional bull rider who is going to be the leading man on a new reality dating TV show called Romance Ranch. And he is doing this just in order to get enough money to save his family's farm from bankruptcy. And then we follow our FMC Julia Silva, who is the sister of Theo Silva. And she is the location consultant for the reality dating show. And Theo Silva is Emmett's like bull riding like rival. Like they do not get along. So it's a little bit of a forbidden romance. And I'm so excited. And Emmett and Julia, they kind of have a mutual distrust and distaste for each other because of what Julia's heard from Theo about Emmett. But then you also, as the reader, get to see kind of like a good side of Emmett in the end of the Rosehill series in Wildcard when he comes and helps our MMC, who is a firefighter, and he comes and helps with that fire. So you get to see that good side of him too. So it's good. I'm just so excited. It's gonna be so good. And then the next one that I am really excited to read is You Did Nothing Wrong by C.G. Drews. I have an e-arc for this book from NetGalley. This is C.G. Drews' adult horror debut. So far they've just written 2 YA horror books. And this is following that kind of haunted house storyline. And I have been a little disappointed by haunted house storylines in the past. So I'm hoping C.G. Drews makes me love it. We will see. But this one follows Elodie, a single mother who gets swept away by Bren, her new husband, and they move into his house, which he is renovating, along with Elodie's autistic son, Jude. And Jude starts claiming he can hear voices in the wall and that the renovations Bren is doing are hurting the house. And Elodie starts noticing these strange occurrences and is trying to figure out if it's problems with the house or with her son. And then there's also like a little hidden secret that Elodie is keeping from everybody around her, which we will slowly discover throughout the book. And finally, the last book that I would love to read in 2026 is A Stage Set for Villains by Shannon J. Spann. This is a debut standalone YA new adult fantasy. And this one really caught my eye. I followed the author on Instagram because I am such a theater nerd. And so the synopsis just pulled me in right away. But it follows 18-year-old Riven Hesper, who knows the danger of the Playhouse. The Playhouse is a place where the performers are worshipped and feared for their enchanting shows, vicious, godlike, and lethal. Riven had a bad encounter with a player that resulted in a curse that is slowly killing her. The Playhouse announces a competition where one mortal can steal a player's immortality. So Riven enters into this competition and finds Jude, the lead player of the Playhouse, who she strikes a deadly bargain with to save her life. I am so excited to read this one. I can't remember when it comes out off the top of my head, but this is one that I'm so excited for. And yeah, that is it for my 6 in 2026 little mini series. So I've got 12 books that I'm hoping to officially get to in 2026, along with all the other millions of other reads that I'm going to do. And comment below, again, are there any new releases that you are excited to be reading in the new year? And I will see you guys in another video soon. Bye, guys.